Right, let's just set this baby up. Spatula, full battery, wicked. Let's just get the camera off here. Sneaky, sneaky, coming in at 1 o'clock in the morning. Hold on. Don't expect many people to be coming on. Mainly people from States, maybe Canada, maybe Margaret's up. Let's see what goes on. I was doing another one tomorrow as well. Shit, this is tripod set up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There she is. How you doing, Marge? Would you like to come on? Do you know what I hate about this? StreamYard of recently, and I moaned about this the last time I done a stream. I've changed the layout. Now, the good thing about it is I can see a massive screen, which is exactly what I want. But the writing now on the chat is like microscopic, and even with my glasses on, I am having trouble. So I think I'm going to have to pull my magnifying glass out from somewhere if I can find one. You see, the problem is Kelly's mum and dad have been coming over while we've not been here and tidying up. Do you think I can find any of my hats? Do you think I can find anything that I need? I don't know where parents put your stuff. I can't find it. I look in obvious places where you would think they would put them. Not there. I don't know. Maybe I should look in the fridge. Maybe I'll find my hat in there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm overreacting there, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I need to find a magnifying glass. Hold on. Otherwise, I'm gonna get nowhere, are we? Magnifying glass. You know what? I think I know where I can find one. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, I found one. It's just you, Marge. So how you doing anyway? That's good then. Fuck off, did it? For real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Like, like Marge, how much are we talking? Do you know what, Dave? I didn't even think he was going to come on, not this late. How you doing, man? Told you I was going to do it. Well, I didn't say I was going to do it for definite, but I felt confident enough to do it. No, you said please do another live stream. So I'm here. I can't get my words out quick enough, mate. That's fine. That's fine. But at least, Dave. At least I'll come on. You know. So Margaret, I'm interested. How much of a twitch are we talking here? Are we talking? Are we talking it did this? Because I fully believe you in this house of Kelly's. I fully believe you. And are we talking? And I obviously don't know what curtain it is, but let's just demonstrate. Are we talking like this, or are we talking like a full-on blatant, or are we talking you have to look really carefully and it went? That's all crazy shit, man. Because I believe you on that. I do believe me. No one say nothing. Mighty bright. You have a light? You must have a light to be mighty bright. Figure out light. Ain't not no light. There must be a light on this, right? How does that work then? How's it work? Or is it because you light? Light! It has light. It does have light. Look, it has light. It's pretty cool. But now I don't know how to turn the bloody light off. Unless the light's been on the whole time and I haven't clocked it. Surely it hasn't been on the whole time. Oh, it won't go off now. I think I fixed it. I either fixed it or broke it. I have no more. Oh, we have a comment. Possibly. Possibly. Um. It's been a while. Oh man, I don't even know how to do it. That for like a big one. Are you talking when we say for real? We're talking not big time. Oh man, putting hairs on the back of my neck up, mate. Things right behind me. Oh man, come on now. Come on now. Cut. A little but noticed. I can live with a little. I can live with that. Hey, you know what I say? In my time, I've seen shadow beings. Not. There was one from an ex-girlfriend that I could clearly see in the dark of the hallway. And when people say that when you see some of these shadow beings, they're they're blacker than black. I can get what people mean. I can totally get what people mean by that. Most of the shadow stuff that I see, it's very light shadowing, but enough to notice it from the corner of your eye. But there was one time that I recall when I was with my ex-partner back in around 2010, 2011. They always put this Switch one on as a demo. Sod off, man. We don't want you on. Nah, sod off, Switch. I'll load my stuff up, shall we, to put an end to that. Yeah, I was in this ex girlfriend's, because I don't sleep too well. It takes me a while to get to sleep, and she'd fallen asleep. I either fell asleep eventually, then woke up for a bit, or all I know is I was sat up. It was dark, but there was a bit of light in the hallway. I'm going to guess because of the babby wanting the light on, because she didn't like it dark in the hallway. And it wasn't light in the hallway. It was just enough for you to be able to make the banister of the stairs going down the stairs. And I remember staring at the doorway because I felt like as if you know, like when someone's shining a torch right at you, or you can sense something on you, like a heat source or a fan or something. You can feel something, right? I could feel coming from the doorway, like at me, like right at me, beaming right at me, and it was making me paranoid. So I was staring at the door, and I think I've said this one before. I'll tell you about my neighbour business as well in a bit. I was staring over at the doorway, and I kind of figured that there was something there, and I never had expected it to be so goddamn tall. I thought it was going to be average person height or maybe smaller, but I'm staring at the doorway where I can feel like something staring at me. I can't get to sleep for whatever reason. I'm wide awake. And I got ringing in both my ears. It's quiet as hell, and I can hear the ringing in my ears. And I see this tall being. I don't recall seeing any eyes or any features or anything like that. It was just a silhouette. Dark silhouette, right? And it was that tall, it had to crouch to look over the, not round the side of the doorway, but down at an angle from the corner of the doorway. I just kept seeing this head like that. So it was either a really tall beam that had to turn its head like that, or it was on the ceiling and it was looking down from the corner. And it just kept doing it every now and again. And then as I was like opening my eyes and doing that, I was thinking, can I see what I'm seeing right now? And then really focusing on it. When it realised that I knew, because of my actions, I'm going to guess, it would quickly move away ever so fast. Like, boom, gone. And then I waited for a good minute or so, and then it happened again. It was slowly creeping back in to watch me. Do you think I could get to sleep after that? I know I did get sleep, but it weren't until like the sun was on its way up, and but yeah, round here, Kelly's seen a shadow going past the doorway a few times, and I swear I've seen something, but not as blatant as what Kelly's told me she's seen. So what with that and a friend who can actually see ghosts telling us that, oh my god, I just seen a ghost in the doorway, and talking to the thing, communicating with it, and it telling her that he was having an argument in the kitchen and he stormed out, and we can only guess that in anger he went out there and drove off in a car and got into an accident or got into a fight outside or got run over by a car for whatever reason, I don't know, but he died after the argument, and he's apparently walking this house from time to time, and that's the shadow I figure we must be seeing. So when you're telling me, Marge, that you've seen the curtain move, yeah, yeah, man. Oh, I've had things move, even on a live. I've had things move, and I'm just used to it now. I'm just like, oh, the poltergeist. And he's not like a full-on poltergeist that pisses you off. That's what I was going to go on to saying. That's what I was going to get round to saying. But he obviously has got the power to move stuff from time to time for whatever reason. This is what I was going to say, though. You know what I say is, where's my drink? In all the time that I've seen shadow stuff, ghost activity, and whatever, actually, other than the sleep paralysis, other than the sleep paralysis that I haven't had for ages, whatever is around me, wherever I am at the moment, doesn't appear to want to hurt me. So that puts me more at ease. But I was in a bad place at the time when I went through the last two girlfriends that I ever had. I was in a bad place, and emotionally and mentally, especially, I was in a bad place. because of what it was doing to me and the persons that I was with in them last two relationships, especially one before last. Their heads weren't too stable either, to be fair. Mine only went all fucking messed up because of realising what kind of a fucked up relationships I'd been through. That's another story. Let's read the comments. Let's catch up on the comments because I did say I was going to tell you about my neighbours. I know Dave's dying to know about my my neighbours. It's partly my fault what happened, but there's some bullshittery going on in the whole story, and I'll get to it. Let me just find out where we got up to. Apparently there's only one person here, so I'm going to guess that's Marge. So I guess Dave's going to have to either jump on catch up or I'll have to tell it again another time. A little bit but noticed. What's that? Or should I say who's that? Do you know what? I can't even see what the bloody hell that says. I don't know what's going on. StreamYard, you need to make your chat bigger. Cheers, mates. Just passing through to thumbs up the live and say hello. Well, thank you, you know. Is it just you, Marge? What the hell? Oh my God, Marge, I had no idea. I do apologize. You alright, yeah?
Hello.
How long you been in the cupboard?
I thought either it's the sofa or the chair that moved when you got up and left, or one of your frogs escaped.
No, the frogs in here, they're at mine.
Yeah. So Dave said that he's going to be listening.
Oh, that's cool. So I'll do this in a bit then. You know what you've been up to, Marge? Looks like it's just me and you at the moment.
I've been sanding again.
Yeah.
I did all the trim and the baseboards, painted that. So now I'm ready for the walls and the ceiling.
Oh, cool.
Then I have the kitchen, but I'm kind of stuck on the kitchen because we had that leak and some of the plaster's all bubbly.
Oh, I hate that.
And someone told me, well, it's my son's father-in-law. He told me that I have to cut out that part of the ceiling and put in new gyprock. And I'm thinking, what if I just sand it down and refill it?
You could do, because that's what I would do anyway. If I was in a house that I bought,
then yeah, you want to do it properly.
then I would go all out. But being as I live in a rented council flat, I'd just budget, to be honest. But it's obviously whatever you want to do, whatever decide. If do you want it to last and look good, I'm guessing that's what you'd want, wouldn't you? Because I don't intend to stay in that flat for much longer.
You're going to be moving?
I'm hoping to in the next few years, next couple of years.
Okay. Have they started repairs?
No, what most of the repairs, honestly, that need doing in there, well, half of them, I'm probably going to have to pay for because the cat's doing damage. But that thing that Dave wanted to know about me having trouble with my neighbours, maybe you can share your thoughts on what you think about this. So, going back to 2021, I've got 4 female Bengals, four queens, and 2 studs, 2 males. I've got Roland and I've got his son Jet as my studs. And I decided in 2021, summer 2021, to get all my queens pregnant weeks apart from each other, which resulted in a shitload of kittens, as you can imagine. There's like about 20 of them, I think it was.
Wow.
We got most of them sold as they started getting older, but we got down to about 8 that have now become adults. So that's a lot of crap and a lot of wee. And I couldn't cope with the mess coming home from work all the time. We only had so many cat litter trays. And like the guy who had an argument with me, and I totally agreed, I'd bitten off more than I could chew, making that decision, thinking I could ship them all out the way and all that. The vet didn't help at the time, saying they had no vaccinations at the time, so that put things to a halt and made it a bit awkward. A lot harder, really. So anyway, I stuck them all on my balcony because my logic in it was there's a drain on the balcony from when the balconies years ago didn't have windows on the front and it was all open. And you could put your washing out on your balcony and the wind would blow about and dry it. And if the rain was blowing in at your balcony, it'd wash up onto your balcony and it'd easily go down the drain. So my logic in keeping the cats on the balcony was I can cut down on cat litter. I won't have to use so much cat litter because there'll be crapping and God knows what on the balcony, and I can just jet wash it all the way down the drain, goes down the drain, job done. Right? So that's what I've been doing, coming home, cleaning them that way and striving to get them sold. And then the one day, sometime last year, I took the boys' trays from the cages out into the balcony because I'd got so bad, and I decided to wash the whole lot out the trays and down the drain. And as you can imagine, there's all clumping litter in there and everything. And to some point, it must have, I guess, from what they're saying, clogged the drain.
Yeah, it would.
Because
it's clay.
I came home. This is going back about 3 weeks now. It's going back at least about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. I came home from work and there was a written letter pinned to my door, and it was, I think I've still got it somewhere, and it was basically saying that you need to stop jet washing your animals' mess and God knows what else down the drain because it's clogging the drain up, and there's more than just me that's been having our balconies flooded out with your crap and mess water flooding out our balconies below. We're very, very pissed off, angry, financially fucked neighbours, and I don't want any of this to happen anymore. I want it to cease. And if I hear any more stuff coming down the drain, I've got evidence. of the damage that you've done that you're not aware of, and I will be sending this evidence to the health and safety and the council and God knows what else. So she said it's been going on for so long now and we're all pissed off and everything and this, that and the other. And I thought, okay, well, in respect to what they're saying, I'll take note of what they're saying and I'll do as they ask. But there's some stuff in this letter that don't add up to me. Because if you're saying it's been going on for a while now, why hasn't nobody come and knocked on my door from the council? So a few days later, I look at the balcony, I clear all the cats back onto the middle room. I buy a couple more cat litter trays to help with the situation. And everything seems to be going fine. It's a lot better than it was. And I've got this problem now where I had to clean up the balcony and it was pretty damn messy. So I get my hands dirty, I get my wellies on, put a jumper around my neck and tie it and put it around my mouth. Got my wellies on, jump around my neck, get the hose, and I think to myself, what am I going to do? Sorry, I didn't get the hose at first. So I got a shovel and a bag and I start shoveling it away. And I thought what I can do with the remainder is just get the mop. That was the plan anyway. And I'm in there for all but about 5 minutes and I can't stand the smell. It's like someone literally got a bottle of ammonia and just poured it all in there and just closed the door. I couldn't stand it. It was just cutting up my nose really bad. I couldn't breathe. And it was just too much for me. So I thought, what am I going to do? I'm in a situation here. I don't want to look like I don't want to look like I don't give a fuck here. I really need to do something. And I lost my rag and I went, you know what? I've got no choice but to blast some of this down the fucking drain to get rid of the smell so I can carry on and get the bulk of it up, you know what I mean? I thought if I can wash the sediment down that ain't going to clog, then the big bulky stuff I can just get in a bag and then it's more tolerable and I can deal with it a lot better. So I get the hose and I start washing the easy stuff down the drain, and within about 3 minutes of me doing that, I'm getting bangs on the door. And I stopped for a minute and I thought, what was that? And then I hear about bang, 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 bang on my door. So I go to the door knowing this is them angry neighbours. I open the door with my wellies on and everything. And there's 3 of them at the door, 2 birds and a guy. And they're going at it. Rah, 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 you're doing it again. You don't give a fuck and this, that and the other. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, calm down. Let me explain. And I tried to explain it to them. And the guy's going on like I'm a fucking idiot or something, saying, oh, mate, you know what? This has been going on for years. And this is what I don't understand. Okay, so I blocked the drain. So I flooded several neighbours below me's flats. Okay, one bird saying to me that there was sentimental stuff that she's never going to get back that was on that balcony, that she's never going to get back. And they're all having a go at me saying, are you going to pay for the damages that you've done? And I don't think they expected me to say this, but I turned round and I went, yeah. I said, I'm willing to pay whatever you feel I should pay, each and every one of you, for the damages, because I want to right the wrong that I've done. I says, I don't expect me to pay all to you straight away, but I will get to it. And I will eventually pay you all off, because that's what kind of person I am. You're bringing this to me now and showing me just how serious it is. Everyone had photos on the phone showing me how bad it had got. The guy's going on at me saying I've lost rug after rug after rug after rug because of you. He says my son's saying to me, why does my bedroom smell of shit all the time? Right? And making me really feel guilty and really bad. Also banging on that there's drug dealers that are living below me that are pissed off with me, that want to kill me because of this, apparently, right? And after everything had been said and done and he even said to me, we've been taking photos of you and relaying it round the block to everybody, saying, yeah, is that you coming down the hill? Yeah, that's the guy in the hive. He's coming home from work, right? I says, well, why didn't you come up and contact me? He goes, mate, we've had the cleaners trying to knock on your door, but you're never in. After everything had calmed down, and I said to him, look, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to give the cat game up and I'm just going to sell them. They were happy then, and they more or less started to peel off one by one as soon as I said that, right? And I had a word with Kelly about it because some of the stuff just didn't ring true to me. And she turned around to me and she said, if this has been going on for years and you've got flooded balconies, which is a serious situation, and there's a health and safety thing there with the sewerage like water that's been filling up in people's flats. The council should have got onto you a long time ago.
Exactly, yes.
So
I think it's something to do with the runoff from the roof.
yeah, it's the runoff.
Well.
That's what the guy was saying to me. He was saying to me, mate, what did you think was going to happen? That the fucking cat litter and that you've been blasting down the drain with the crap was going to disintegrate and everything. And I went, no. I says, I'm not blasting cat litter down there. I said, there's the odd cat biscuits that go down there, yeah, because sometimes they don't always keep their food in their bowls and they knock it out and then they don't want to eat it. So it has to go down the drain with the crap. But there was that one time where I had to change the boys' trays in the balcony, and that's what must have blocked the drain that one time. But he's saying to me it's happening all the time. They're always finding cat litter in there with the biscuits and that. But it was only that one time, right? This guy's been saying it's been blocked up time and time and time and time again, right? And I'm thinking to myself, he's gone, oh, mate, we've had sewer tech come out God knows how many times to unblock the drain and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, and he said to me, they've come out that many times and they're like, we don't know why this keeps happening. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if this has been going on, even for weeks, even if it was just one neighbour, Marge, in that sort of situation, I would have had the council, but a group of neighbours that are apparently pissed off. Where's the council in all this? Where's the health and safety in all this? Which tells me now there's some truth to them saying that there's been a flooding, maybe more than once, possibly, but I think just once. And the reason why maybe they can't get the council involved is because they don't want the council to have a nose around in someone out of them neighbours' flats for whatever reason. So I think the reason why he popped up and mentioned drug dealers is maybe, I'm not going to say he definitely is, but maybe he could have been one of the said drug dealers he was on about. And maybe he's got some business going on, like growing or something, I don't know, on his balcony, and I've disrupted it. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But for whatever reason, the council have not fucking got informed, because they would have knocked on my door time ago by now, and I haven't had nothing. He even started saying, you know, the guy next door to you, he says he's been in tears because of you. At night, not being able to go to sleep because of the smell and not knowing what he's going to do about it. And I'm like, well, that's strange because he's never told me. And he's gone, well, he ain't going to, is he? Because he's a grown man and he's embarrassed to tell you. And I'm like, mate, you don't know this, but you're talking to me about a guy who's confronted me about this problem 2 years ago, several times. And prior to that, and dealing with the problem so that it's not a problem apparently to him anymore, has recently come out to me and spoke to me nicely about other things and asked me to help him with stuff. And you're telling me that's the same guy that's been crying at night not knowing what to do? It just didn't fucking make any sense to me. When he had a problem with my smell, when we had the old doors on the front and the smell was creeping out the door, because the new doors we've got now are the proper fire doors with seals in them, and it locks the smell in. The old doors, they were crap and they had gaps underneath the doors and smell was going out the keyhole and God knows what. So it's causing a problem outside and it was more noticeable. He didn't mess about. Him and his missus didn't mess about. They told me in a written letter back in 2020. Sorry, even way before that, 2018, 2019. They told me that it was a problem. And they said, look, we're going to write to the council about this. If you don't do something about it now, we're being nice to you. And I tried, but there was not a lot that I could do to stop the smell while I was at work. So they got the fucking health and safety of department of the council involved. And the council then sent me a letter saying, look, this has been pointed out to us, and if it's the case, you're in breach of your tenancy agreement, and we're going to come round and investigate if it carries on. And of course, they came round, and then she said, I'm going to give you a chance to tidy up and sort the problem out. And if I have to come back again, I want it tidy. Otherwise, if it's not tidy, we're going to have to start thinking about either evicting you or reducing some of your cats to get rid of the problem. She didn't mess about. They did not mess about. They got the council involved. Now, in these people's cases, yeah, I would have thought they would have got the council involved a long time ago. So that's what don't ring true to me. Yeah, sure enough, like I said, maybe I did block the balcony, but why haven't they got the council involved? Because they clearly haven't, have they?
Yeah.
It's mad,
Okay,
isn't it?
your roof. Can the tenants go up on the roof?
You can access the roof.
For sunbathing and stuff? There's a deck there or whatever?
Well, not like that, but you can go on there. There is a doorway to go up. You can carry, so I'm on the 11th, and if you carry on up the 12th, when you get to the 12th floor and you carry on up the stairs, just to your left, just before the stairs stop, there's a doorway, and there's a camera facing the doorway to make sure the security know if that door has been messed about with or not. And I don't know if the door's locked or you can get it open. I'm assuming it's locked and only staff personnel can open the door. Maybe the caretaker's the only one that's got the key or whatever. I don't know, but I honestly don't know because I haven't had the balls to go anywhere near that door. I've gone to the top and noticed the door, but I'm too scared to go anywhere near that door.
When we were first married, we got a janitor job. And
yeah.
The whole family had gone over to my in-laws for dinner, come back. My sister-in-law lived down the hallway from me, and we're going through our apartment at the same time. And then I hear her scream and swear like a sailor. And then the smell hit me. The kids would go up on the roof and drop stones, tree branches, whatever, down the plumbing pipe. But it's like for the air, like when you flush your toilet, you need air.
Yeah.
They blocked it. So every tenant that flushed their toilet or took a shower, whatever, it backed up into Lorraine's apartment, my sister-in-law's apartment. There was like 2 inches of shit and pee and water and all through her apartment. Oh my God.
Do you know what's strange as well? You saying that. Did I point it out to you about a couple of weeks ago that there was water coming down my wall?
Yeah.
In the bathroom. That's been going on roughly around about the same kind of time that I cleaned that cat litter down the drain. And it's always made me think I should have dealt with that problem way back then. But I noticed patches of water coming down my wall, and it weren't too bad. It was just like handprint sized patches just at the top of the wall. I started to notice these patches. And as time's gone on into this year, the patches have got more prominent. And then we had that rain and the water was really coming down the wall. And that's when I had to step in and go, I've got to get the council in for now this time because this is getting serious. And I figured if I leave this now and it rains more when I go to work, I'm going to have a problem on my hands, because then the people underneath me are going to be moaning that there's water coming through to them. So I had to get the council involved. It was something I needed to call them for anyway, time ago. Now it's got serious. So I called them up, and I always thought to myself, maybe there's a hole on the roof or something and it's coming through. I went up to my neighbour above me first, and I asked him, and he said, "No, my wall's bone dry." And he even showed me. He says, "I have heard dripping though in the cavity of the walls behind my system, behind my toilet." And he says, "And I don't know what it is." So I called the council. Council guy came round. He had a look at my walls and he went, "Right, I'm going to go and find out." Goes upstairs to the guy next door to me. Nothing. He goes to the guy next door to him, and the guy next door to him says, "Yeah," he says, "every time it rains, I have water coming down the wall." So the water's coming down his wall from the roof, not even affecting the guy above me for whatever reason. And then
No, what?
it's coming through to my wall. So it's going like that down next door to the one above me. Then somehow it's going under the floor and then coming down over my side of the interior wall for whatever reason.
Yeah, but
And
water's lazy. Water's lazy. It finds the easiest access.
yeah. I don't know. It's just made me think. What with you saying it as well, that after what's happened as well with my neighbours, I wonder if there's something to do with the leak on the roof, maybe, or maybe they've done something to the drain because they're so pissed off with me. Maybe that's it. Well, the guy came back to me and he said to me, "I've investigated it," and he said it would appear that there is a hole on the roof. Now, he said someone was going to come round the next morning to repair it, and I look at the top of my wall and it's still damp. It's a lot drier than it was, and I don't know if it's damp because of how long it's been and it's going to take a while to dry. But I'm keeping an eye on it, and if it ever gets bad again, I'll be calling them again.
They should cut it out because now you're going to get mold.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for it to dry first to see if it does dry, and if it stays like it for much longer, I'm going to have to cut it out and put some plaster in there. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that.
That happened here. That's why I have that problem in the kitchen from the leak. When I moved here, the tree in front was only 2 stories high. Now
Hi, Super Dave.
Now it's like 5, 6 stories high. And the caretaker of the building lives downstairs to me. I said, "Do you go up on the roof to clean the leaves?" Not part of my job. Well, now I have that ceiling to do. Anyway. Yeah. But roofing should be checked every 20 years.
Oh yeah. I remember the family home I used to live in, and I remember this one time in the summer. I guess the sun must have just expanded. When the tiles start to heat up in the sun. And I was out in the garden, and I just heard this smash, and I thought, "What was that?" And then a few minutes later, I heard another one smash. Went out to the front. There's 2 smashed roof tiles on the bloody out on the front, where obviously the sun had expanded the tiles, and they must have pushed out and then just slid off. So we had to get replacement tiles.
Before I had 3 cats, so every week I had to do the kitty box. Oh, jeez. Especially male cats. They stink more than female cats.
Yeah, they do, yeah. That's why I don't let my males out. I only let them out in the room to have a little run round every now and again. But it's a shame because I'd love all my cats to be able to roam free, but you just can't have it that way. If you do, you have to supervise them. You really do have to
And
supervise them, especially Benny.
all three cats had to pee in one corner of the box. So I would scrape it clean, everything in the garbage bag, and then I'd wash it, I'd soak it with vinegar.
Super Dave's a geezer, man. He's a good man. I know he's a good man, really.
Yeah, I think it was Adam. Maybe it was Super Dave. Somebody posted the sky, and there's a dark patch in the sky.
I know what you mean. That dark streak you on about.
Yeah, there was the black line, but
Wasn't that Adam?
all over the world, they're saying like, what is that dark spot in the blue sky?
I've been
And
seeing him as well.
I read that they just turned on some kind of gravitational device to monitor Earth's gravity,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering if that could be it. Weird stuff going on, eh?
Yeah. If you could look at the sky like 20 years ago to what it is that we typically see now, it's blatantly different. There's too much. Sorry to bring him up, but looking at Bruce's stuff on the moon when he goes in close, and then looking and gazing at the sky and seeing the haze up there, it makes me think, puts two and two together. Like, is that the kind of terraforming they've done to the moon? And they're doing it to this planet as well? Just makes me think, you've got all them hazes up there, and you can clearly see them. And then you've got them trying to block our sun. It's like,
or is it all this electrical stuff we have?
Yeah.
TVs, the wiring. I don't know.
You might imagine, like, if you had a device that could, like, you could see every different kind of frequency and wave that the technology we've got on this planet gives off, from Wi-Fi, phones, computers, telecommunications, and all that, and you could see. Just imagine the mess that you'd be able to see in the sky if you could see all them different waves and frequencies, man.
I don't know, but the States, they're doing a lot of surveillance, plane surveillance, and you had some too happening, but more north, like around Scotland this past week.
Yeah.
Maybe they're looking for spies or something.
I don't know, but when I see planes in the sky, typical planes, whether it's a Cessna or a passenger plane taking people on holiday or whatever, you'll see the two lights on the wings either side flash, and then you get the tail light flash, and you get the front light flash, and you get the wings, and you get the tail light and the front light. Whichever way it goes, you'll get them going in concession of each other, right? When I saw that plane, before I saw that plane that I filmed, I saw what I always see around about May when the weather's clear and what starts warming up. Saw that orb thing going across. I thought, this time I'm going to bloody get you. And it's as if it can read my mind. As soon as I rush and get the camera, I'm like, you're going to go again, ain't you? Sure enough, as soon as I go to record it, starts fading again into an orange dot, and I don't get to record it. And I waited for a bit, because sometimes, not always, but sometimes there's another one that follows behind it. So I waited. And then I saw something and I was convinced it was another orb. I zoomed in on it anyway, as you've obviously seen the video. And it was this plane, but what was different about it was it had two lights either side that weren't even flashing at all. But then it had this one little beacon light, like kind of in the middle, but slightly at the front. And that was the only light that was flashing on it. And I thought, well, it's got to be a plane because one of the lights on the one side of it is green and the other one's red. So it's got to be a man-made plane vehicle.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, there's something different about it because the wing lights aren't flashing as they usually would.
And the wingspan is wide, it's long.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see on the camera because I've noticed when I film, I can see the background lighter than what it actually does record. And when I post it, the footage seems darker, and I always forget to turn my exposure up a little bit so that you can see what I see with the naked eye when it actually does get uploaded. And what I could see is I could make just faintly. I haven't had a look on the TV, but I'm hoping to watch my video on the TV to see if you can actually see it when it's blown up bigger. But you could just about make out like a triangle. I swear you could make out a triangle shape in the dark. And it was moving so slow as well, Marge, that I was able to record it, no problem, because it was moving so slow. I was right there and I was having no trouble tracking it, really. Hardly any trouble at all tracking it. Whereas if zooming in as much as I did, if I zoomed in on a normal plane like that, I'd be all over the place, free balling it like that. I'm no good. I'd be rocking all over the place. But this one, it was moving so slow. I was able to just zoom right in on that baby and follow it. And I was just like, what is that? What is that? And it was the fact that it was a green light and a red light. I was like, what is that? It's got to be a plane, but why aren't the lights flashing? And I'm like, is it a TR3B? And I thought, but no, because if it was a TR3B, there'd be a light right on the front of it that's also not lit up and a red light in the middle, surely. And it just made me wonder what the hell is that? So that's why I didn't go all out and say this is definitely a craft or whatever, you know what I mean? Because it was definitely man-made, whatever it was.
But up by you, up near Scotland, they had training and they had refuelers.
Oh, they did? The big tanker ones?
Yeah.
Oh, Julie's here. Please tell me Joel's up. Please tell me Joel's awake, Julie. And if he isn't awake, get him awake, man. I want to talk to him. Julie's here, man. Banging.
Hi, Julie.
I've got a video ready to upload. And I was going to do that first, but I'll put it up after this live.
I can't see the chat.
You can't see it at all?
No.
Oh, that's not good. Well, Julie's here. She's saying hello to you anyway, Marge. She's just said hello, Margaret, with a heart. Oh, I really want Joel to come on, man. I mean, I know, he does waffle a lot and everything, man. Bless him, but I do want to talk to him.
He's funny too.
Yeah, he is funny. And Adam, I miss talking to Adam as well. I've just, it might look the other way to other people about other stuff, but honestly, since them, I'm not gonna lie about it, man. Since them fucking people came up to my door, man, it did shook me. I was like, yo, it shook me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Got 3 people at my door saying stuff, and I'm like, I've siphoned out where the potential lies are in it all, right? But there was certain stuff that was said that's made me think. It's made me think a few things. I know why certain things have happened.
okay, like her balcony, the one above me. If it rains, it comes down. Not on my balcony, but her balcony is over the entrance of the building.
Yeah.
So when it rains, the floor, the cement at the entrance is all wet from her balcony, dripping. But like in the newer buildings, the drain pipe from your balcony would turn and go up against the wall and then down to the
Dude.
next balcony and connect with their balcony down. So like I don't know what the problem is.
Oh. Yes, Joel. Sorry, Margaret. Carry on talking.
Yeah, the exterior drain has nothing to do with the apartments. The balcony drains have nothing to do with the inside of the apartments.
Joel said hi to you, Marge.
Hi.
Yeah, carry on.
Like
So the newer buildings.
if you're outside, you could follow the drain pipe from your balcony down, and then it connects with the balcony below you, and so on. Right?
Yeah. I'm just going to get my drink. Got a new I got a new weight that I got to on Friday. I've gone from when I started 16 stone. The last time I weighed myself, which was Friday, I'm now. I was then. I don't know why I am now because I've had something to eat and I've got this energy drink. But I got myself down to 4.10, 14 stone, 0.10. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
That's pretty good.
I'd like to get myself to 11 stone again, but if I can at least get myself to 12, that'd be a great achievement for me.
So a stone is 14 pounds. What is that in?
That's it. That's right. Yeah, £14. You're correct. £14 to a stone.
So you don't have that much to lose.
Not really. You can, you know, I've still got a pudgy stomach, but it's noticeable that I've lost a lot. My chest used to jiggle a lot, and it don't jiggle as much as it used to, which is a telltale sign. I've had people at work that don't even know that I was fasting tell me, "You're losing weight. You're looking thin," and I'm like, "Thank you very much." And I've told them that I'm fasting. And a handful of them people have then turned around and says, "Don't do that to yourself, man. You can't just come into work and not have nothing to eat whatsoever." And I'm like, "Well, that's what I've been doing for weeks, and it's been working for me. I have nothing to eat at work, and then
you do manual labor.
Pardon?
You do manual labor.
Yeah, I just work really hard, and we've been doing an extra hour where I'm on a truck and I go out. And most of the time I'm sitting on a truck, but once I'm off the truck and I'm unloading, I'm moving really quickly, moving fast, lifting the parts, putting them, decanting them into the other stillages where possible, where needed, pushing and pulling heavy loads. It's a workout in itself. And then I come home, I'm exhausted. I don't even want to walk up all those stairs anymore like I was doing. I just can't do it anymore. So I'm coming home, I'm taking 2 bottles of water with me, and I'm coming home usually with half of one of them bottles, which just adds to weight on my back, and took its toll on me over the weeks, and I just don't bother with walking up the stairs anymore. I've cut that out and I take the lift now. I've started
Okay,
taking the lift again because it's got really difficult for me. But it's still
today,
working for me. I'm still losing the weight. I'm losing a pound to £2 a day, which I'm happy with.
today was 31 Celsius here. So with the warm weather coming and put a teaspoon of chia,
What's that?
the little black seeds, chia, in your
Chia.
water bottle. Yeah, and they're gonna expand and you have more water in your system.
Yeah. Retains the water, does it?
Yeah. This way you don't get dehydrated because now the hot weather's coming.
Has it worked for you, has it, Marge?
Yeah.
Really? I'll have to try that.
Because I would start work. Well, I'd leave the house here at 8 o'clock in the morning and start at 9:30 whenever I got there. One time I finished 7 o'clock in the evening. Nothing to eat all day, but I had my water with the chia. And then crawl home.
That's me, man. That's me. Oh, the last week, what with not having nothing to eat and the sun baking down on me through the windows of the bus, it's surprised me how I've managed to just about stay awake and make my way home. Like I was struggling on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on the bus because of how hot it was. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I just kept on. You got kids all on the bus screaming and shouting and doing God knows what else, fucking being loud, fucking throwing paper and everything across the bus, and I'm there like this.
Yeah, fighting it.
Yeah. Oh man.
So bank holiday tomorrow
Yeah.
for you today. Yeah.
And next, we're not exactly. Oh yeah, we do. We have. We're going to. We're got brothers. Kelly's brothers having a barbecue tomorrow, so we're going to get up. We're going to go to the barbecue, and then we're going to. Sorry, we're going to go to Beckett's. Going to grab a cake for the barbecue. Going to choose a cake for the barbecue. Go down to the barbecue, enjoy the barbecue, talk with friends, family, and then. Some other stuff that we decided to do. It doesn't come to mind at the moment, but we're going to make a day of it anyway, so it should be a fun video.
Good.
And then next weekend there's an air show,
Okay.
and the last couple of years we've had to go to a pub that's near the air show that the planes fly over while they're doing their acts. But this time we've actually bought the tickets to get front row seats to actually see all the planes up close and personal this time. So that's going to make an epic video. That is next weekend. That's great. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So we'll be seeing the red arrows flying over Kelly's every now and again. So I'll be looking out for them. You have to know. We have to ask the neighbour who knows what time they're going to come over because she knows all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and we'll ask her what time they're due over, and I'll be out there in the garden. And like last year, I was there, poised, right, waiting for them to come. And you literally have to keep your eye on your camera to make sure your camera's on all the time because no sooner you start to hear them whistling through the air, they're in front of you, then they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, a blink of an eye, man, they're gone, man. I'm literally there and I just heard them. Shh, and I'm like, oh, I just about got them, and as they're going over, they're gone. And I'm like, wow, there you go. Just about managed to catch them.
Well, that happened here 2 months ago. My whole apartment was shaking and vibrating this loud noise, and I ran to the living room window to see what was happening. I just caught the tail end of 2 jets passing.
Oh, cool. You
Yeah.
didn't know what they was though.
No, I know that they were fighters, and then I had heard that we were buzzed by the Russians up north, so that's where they were headed, I guess.
Oh, I'm jealous, man. Joel said he's going to pop on in a bit, but he's just having a coffee and a cigar. I used to smoke cigars.
I got a small, those mini Cubans?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had
and
one of those once, and that was one of my first times I ever, if not the first time, I tried a cigar, showing off with my mates being young, and I threw up in the toilets at the at the club I was at.
you don't inhale it. You
No,
just,
that's what I didn't know. I didn't know you had. I did not know that. I didn't know you were only supposed to take a little puff and then blow it. And
yeah.
my mate explained to me after I'd threw up this gravy like stuff out into the urinal. He said to me, he says, because I'd been on the Jack Daniels and Coke all night, and then I'm smoking this bloody fat bloody cigar with a gold ring halfway down it, and I'm smoking the chunging the hell out of it, and then I'm throwing up, it's congealed all the stuff in my stomach, and I'm throwing it up like thick gravy out my stomach. It was horrible, horrible it was. And my mate says to me, you do know you're not supposed to inhale it properly like you're doing. And I'm like, well, then what are you supposed to do with it? He said it's just like sort of a show thing, and you just breathe it in and then puff it out quickly. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you take a puff, roll it around on your tongue to get the taste, and then blow it out. You don't inhale.
I was fully inhaling it, man, like a chimney. I was like, proper chunking it. I was only about 19 at the time as well. And yeah. But then some years on, my ex partner's sister's partner was coming round to her sister's house, and he was bringing these what finger-sized cigars over
Oh, wow.
from America as well. They was, and I knew better then, and I was just taking a puff and blowing it, and that was okay. That was quite smooth as well, quite smooth on the tongue. That was nice. It was like a bitter equivalent cigar. You know, like people like their Stella and their Carlin and that. Or I prefer to drink bitter because it's a lot smoother and not as gassy on your stomach. And that's the way I saw them cigars. They were nice and smooth and tolerable. I enjoyed them. I'd always used to ask him. I'd say, "Dave, have you got one? Have you got any cigars? You got any cigars?" And he'd give me one. It's like every now and again when I'm looking at TV. I haven't smoked for years now. I'd just be watching something on TV, and I'd just a certain way someone would smoke a fag or whatever, or the camera angle will pan in on the way the smoke is floating out the person's mouth, and I'd just all of a sudden go, "Oh, I know what that feels like right now, and I wish I had that."
I had quit smoking, and then with all that bullshit happening, I started smoking again.
Started smoking again. Do you know what? I can see me smoking again soon. I really can.
Oh,
Because my
don't.
mentality's going, you're getting older now. And you know you're going to be doing it, if not by the time you're 50, 60 again anyway, because you're not going to have much going on in your life anyway. So,
And there's a new pandemic that's supposed to start again, so don't start smoking. No.
yeah, I know all about that. I know all about that. And apparently there's no hiding from this one this time.
No.
Oh, well.
But there's a doctor on YouTube, and he said even the vaccinated people who didn't catch the COVID but were vaccinated, gave the COVID to others because of the jab.
Yeah.
And what?
Shedders.
Yeah, that's what he called them. Well,
I mean, I think he's an absolutely great bloke, Adam. Adam's a great bloke as well, but Alan, Kelly's dad, I think he's a great bloke. He's a good laugh. But I think he's a shedder. And I'll tell you why. Because every time I'm around him, especially when I'm getting a lift off him and he's in the car, I will start getting an itchy throat and I'll start coughing uncontrollably. And he's been coughing for quite some time now. And I said to him in the car, I said, when do you remember this coughing starting to happen? And he said, oh, it's been a long time now. And I said, was it around about the same time the pandemic started? And he went, He said, yeah. He says, around about that time anyway. And he said, yeah. And he says, but I've had me jab and everything, and I've had me boosters and all that. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking, well, that's obviously why. And every time I'm around the block, like now, I'm fine. But I'm going to go to a barbecue tomorrow where he's going to be. And I'll try to avoid him because I know I'm going to start coughing, but I'll also want to interact with him, not to be rude or anything, like, you know what I mean. So I know I'm gonna be coughing tomorrow.
this
And
doctor said shedders, when you're near them,
the,
you'll get like
the,
a metallic taste in your mouth.
yeah, I get a taste in, I get a really weird taste in my mouth. I get this really like foamy, dense phlegm. It's like foamy phlegm in my throat build up, an uncontrollable tickling in my throat to the point where I have to cough because if I don't, it won't stop. And it feels like I can feel like particles in the air that I'm breathing when I'm next to him. It's really strange to describe. And I'm convinced. I'm convinced he's shedding. I'm convinced that's what's going on. That he's shedding these whatever it is that's coming out of him.
You stay
And
like 12 feet away.
one of one of one of Kelly's brothers, the youngest, is has also been coughing for a long time, and Alan often looks after the kids for his son, and I'm convinced he's caught the shedding as well. But then I don't know. I'm assuming the kids have been vaccinated as well, so that's probably why he's coughing constantly. I says, hasn't he been? What have the doctors said? And they're saying the doctors haven't been able to diagnose what he's got yet. We still don't know what it is. He's been coughing for ages. I'll check up on that tomorrow and see what the hell's going on with that. See if little Jackson's still got the coughing problem. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely shedding.
I just think it's weird when they came out. When the COVID happened, they were saying not to eat the organs of the deer that for the hunters there,
I know all about that. Yeah,
because the deer population have COVID. How in the hell can deers catch COVID when you're out in the forest? So
there was that
airborne.
zombie disease as well that they've been catching as well.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
airborne.
Yeah.
They're dropping it from the planes. That's the only thing I can think of.
I went out with the I went out with them this Saturday, but last couple of 2 weeks ago, before that, went out with the group to what's called the Rollright Stones. We went to visit the Rollright Stones, which is like a kind of like a small version of the Stonehenge. And you can look out over the pastures and all the farmland and that, and all over the hills, and it's a really good view. And it was a nice sunny afternoon, but I could not believe the amount of haziness that was all around. You don't really notice it until you get a view like that, and you can see for miles, and you can just see the sun shining through it. You can just see the layers of grey haze, and it's like, this is the crap that they're putting in the air, man. And you can see how low it comes down, and it's just, I don't remember it looking like that when I was a kid. I remember how clear it used to be. I didn't notice that haze being a thing until like I got into my mid-teens, and then I started to notice it. And now it's just so bad now. You can't miss it.
Weather modification. But I don't know how they think that works, because you're trying to block the sun, the heat, but you're putting a blanket also.
Yeah.
Which makes heat. I don't understand it.
Well, they succeeded in cooling the earth down this year because we had a shite spring, didn't we?
Oh,
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why. Some days they will allow it to be clear and sunny, because they've made it quite clear to us that they can cover the sky up with all this crap just by sending shed loads of planes over and chemming the hell out of the sky. But it's like every now and again they'll be like, today we're going to let people in certain parts of the world have a nice clear day today, you know. And we won't chem today, and you'll see the planes flying over, and there won't be a drop of the stuff coming out of them. They'll just be flying over. You'll just see a little tiny dot in the sky going across, clear blue sky, nice little plane going across. That should be. And then it'll just be like that all day. You just see planes going over, and not one bit of chem coming out of it, and you just see them flying on by. And then you just be like, what's that all about? And you appreciate it, but it's like, what's going on there? What is the significance of them not coming today? You know, I appreciate the nice weather that you're allowing us to have, but what's the significance of today? Why you're allowing the planes to just do what they're doing, and there's no chemming going on? It's so. Is it so that
now with all this political unrest in the countries, I think they're going to cover more of the sky because they don't want the enemies to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's a holiday, so we'll see if your skies are clear.
I already looked. It's just mad as well how they seem to know like weeks ahead what the weather's gonna be. It's like, I know they apparently got all these high tech things that can tell when there's going to be precipitation in the air and whether the pressure is going to be high or low in certain parts of the world, and that. And it's like,
any news about your eye?
Yeah, did I tell you I had my CAT scan? Told you all about that, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, because I've got to book myself in at the eye clinic again. I haven't done it yet. I had a message off my doctors saying you're now ready to rebook yourself into the clinic. Well, here's the problem. It's totally my fault, and I should have done it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, in fact. But when I was last at the clinic, the doctor turned around to me and he said, you haven't had your blood test, and he says, we need you to do that blood test. And I promised him I'll do the blood test my end, and when I get the appointment for the CAT scan, I'll get the results over to you. And I haven't done the blood test, so now that my doctor's turning around to me saying you're now qualified for booking yourself in at the eye clinic again to find out what your CAT scan, your brain scan results are. I don't want to book that in and go to him and then go, oh, yeah, sorry, I haven't had my blood test yet. So I need to get myself in at the blood test first. Might have to have some more time off work so at some point next week. Get that done and then get my appointment at the clinic. I can't wait to see what they say about my scan. I'm scared, man. I don't know what they're going to say. I've also been thinking maybe all the headaches that I've been getting quite frequently just lately is because of the tuft at the back here that's been growing sideways, and now there's a bloody big hole all the way down, and I always get food trapped up in it, and I'm thinking maybe I've got blood poisoning from the rotting tuft, and it's going to my brain and that, and maybe that's causing me to have the headaches. I don't know. And if that's the case, I need to get the tuft out quick time.
Wouldn't it be swollen though?
To be honest, it hasn't really until just the last couple of days been a problem like that. But just recently, now in the last couple of days, it's been really aching. It's all right now, but it's been aching on and off. I don't know what that pain is. Usually it's because you've got an ulcer somewhere. Really do. I just want it ripped out. It's no good to me now. It's just facing the wrong way anyway. It's a sideways growing tuft and it's got a bloody big hole in it all the way down to the jaw.
Oy.
The roots rotted a long time ago. I just need it pulled out. That's the other thing as well. If it's growing sideways, that means the 4 roots are growing that way.
Oh,
How
no.
that works, I don't know. But
Yeah, my wisdom teeth were like fish hooks, the roots.
really?
Yeah. Oh, that's a story. I had a cavity in one of my wisdom teeth, and I told him, pull it out. And I said, well, while I'm here, why don't you pull out all 4? And I'm sitting in that dental chair, and he's got his knees on the armrests, pulling out my wisdom teeth, and the tears are just rolling down my cheeks. He says, don't cry, we're almost there, we're almost there. I don't feel it, but it's the nerve making my eyes tear. 2 stitches in each one.
Wow.
Finally, he pulls one out. He goes, look at this bastard. And I'm looking at the fish hook. And they were all like that.
Wow. So they can grow like that then, can they? Ah.
So now, since then, I can crunch mashed potatoes.
Oh. I miss mashed potatoes. Like I've not been eating stuff like that since I spoke to Jason, and he said to me avoid stuff with starch in it and stuff like that, like potatoes and that. So I've missed out. Believe me, I've wanted to get a bag of potatoes and mash them up, and then add a little bit of butter and just have a plate of mashed potato because I miss eating mashed potatoes so much, but. I've avoided a lot. I've even cut. I don't even have nuts anymore. Don't have nuts, and I was eating nuts before I spoke to him. Like I started kind of fasting before I started talking to Jason, and I was eating stuff like nuts and stuff, thinking it's fibre. But he pointed out to me that you're going to have fats in certain nuts more than others, And I says, well, I've been eating a lot of almonds because they're a drier nut and all that. And he was talking about
Almonds
how to
poison
cut
them for
less vegetables and stuff like that out.
yeah, so,
So I just cut all that crap out, and I was just focusing fully on meat and eggs. And
easy, bro.
you all right? How are you, Joel? You
Hi,
good?
All right, mate. I
hi
I'm
was
there.
jealous, man. You got a fire on the go. Wow, I wish I was there.
no, I'm out in the garden. That's what I'm doing. Got the fire going. I'm down it. I was. Then, bro, I've got some marshmallows. Kids are eat off marshmallows, so I'm gonna feel marshmallows. How's everybody? How's Margaret? You alright, love?
Yep, fine. How are you?
Not bad actually. Um, better than what I have been, and enjoying that and good. Things going round, innit? Just what you run about the old Tweety bird flu, innit? The bloody little chicks have died and that. I don't know what the hell's happened to that. I've got some videos to post and that anyway on my channel, and we were
Thunder,
doing fine.
thunder,
Mr. and
thunder.
Mrs. Pigeon had got some little chicks and that, and they were doing all right. Then all of a sudden, Mr. and Mrs. Pigeon had disappeared, and little chicks on their own, and that next thing they've disappeared. So, but I found a feather in the garden, so rather interesting. I had it under the microscope and that, and there was some.
That's better, isn't it? What do you think?
There was some like I don't. Well, I need to further analyze what it is, but some strange, like critter thing or something. You know what I mean? I'll find out what it is, but that was like they were really tiny and moving about. You know what I mean? I got it under like what about 200 magnification and that under the microscope, and like some alien or something. You know what Ripley fights and that. When she gets in the yellow thing, come on, you bitch. That thing and that, like that, can't look a bit like that. Xenomorphs.
Well,
Uh, and that's some bird feathers and that. That looked a bit bedraggled and that other day. I was my phone keeps collapsing. Yeah, they looked a bit bedraggled and that. All kids are dropping like flies. We've got eldest daughter here and granddaughter and that, and she's bloody sounds terrible coughing that. It's I was listening earlier that what you're on about, Pete and that and Margaret. You know what I mean? And you're right. This, I'm like I haven't been looking into it like really deep in that for quite a while, and I have been warning people, and finally got to see doctors and that for the first time in 3 years. Me and Julie, and got to go back now for a second blood test again because went for a blood test and that both first, and they found what I expected, which was like anemia and that, which is like over large blood cells. They can lead to cancers and things like that, but these is a common thing that whether you've had a vaccine or not, it's all linked in with pericarditis and myocarditis, and these seems to be effects. But I think like Pete, what about is it your father-in-law or something, Pete, and that with his repetitive cough and that? Well, a friend of ours, she works like for NHS as a nurse and that, and she's had all the vaccines, and she's constantly cheesing her rape mess and that. And Dougie, dog and that, to pug and that.
Yeah.
We had him over there again, and we got him right and that. It was a rape mess again over there because we went up there and died with him. He got bloody snot coming out of his eyes and nose and everything.
No.
So I took some samples and I analysed them under the microscope, like mucus from nose at the dog, and then mucus from my nose, and then mucus from Julie's nose, and kids and that, and compared them, and they were very much more or less similar, same things going on. So to me, what it's saying is whatever it is going from cat, dog, human, bird, whatever. It's obviously this is what they've designed, haven't they? This is part of it because they've got all the wonder drug all ready to go and that for this influenza, which that's what it is. You know what I mean? I have spoke about it weeks ago, if you remember. And I
Excuse
think
me,
what it
miss.
is it's H5SS
There's a bad noise.
4839 or something like that. That's what it is. That's vaccine for it anyway. Yeah, I did
There's
say
a
it
bad
with
noise cutting into him talking.
you what, Mary? Margaret, sorry.
What is that?
That's my tune.
It's
Is that
cutting
better?
in and sounds like a bunch of tin cans and breaking cars.
Does it? Never understood that.
So go on. What'd you find in the microscope? You said.
Well, looking under the microscope and protein spikes, basically. Do look similar to like polio, because they're like a man cell with like a black outline and like a yellow like membrane in them, and then a black nucleus inside them, and that. You know what I mean? And polio, but I'll show it doctor and that. And well, it took us 3 years to get there, and. Well, I showed him and that on my phone and things, what I've been recording through the microscope. They were interested, very interested. So he did say to me, whatever you do not delete or lose any of these videos and things that showing me, and make sure that you're this over. So he's writing a letter to local councils and that, and I'm only writing a letter on behalf of him and that, and then obviously through police officer that's working with us and that, and see if we can bring awareness. I don't know how far it's going to go, but see what we can do in that. But people need to know, you know what I mean? That it's in water. It's all stemmed from water and it's food and that. And I've been saying this for a long time. A long time. He's actually started coming out on a bit of media and things now. And that. I have seen a little thing in that last couple of days where they're like saying, "Oh, well, it's in the water and that." And would you know? I've only been saying it for like what? 2014 and that. What set me off of it is women liking me kite surfing and that. They were doing a massive project in town and that where they were doing like a new sewage system, and they got this big bowl machine thing, that bores underground. And school had a competition, and they had to draw up best picture and that and make a name for it. And this young lass, it was all in local paper and that, and she won it, and they named it whatever she named it. I think it was Goethe or something like that. So they chilled through, because there's like natural rivers that runs, and it's called Gypsy Race and that, like spring water thing. So God knows what they've been pumping in anyway. They're tunneling under, and it caused mass subsidence and that on some properties, and well, quite a lot of properties from Bridlington. They turned out bloody rats and that, and I've got videos and pictures and that where the affected this bloody mile long pipe thing with all these tugboats from Holland over to our shore, and then put it all in. They were at it for months, and I've got all the stages on it. It was like a Dutch firm that did it, this big massive sewage plant thing. And since
Wow.
we put that in, it's been a nightmare. And while they were digging it and putting it all in, obviously they were stirring everything up, and there were all sorts of doo floating about, and there's me surfing away in water and that, and obviously picked
Perhaps it
some
was me.
nasty bug up and that, and ended up getting very, very ill through it. I'm still not 100% right now after like what, well, since 2014. But it all stems to water and that, and the sewage and sanitation is there's waste that were tipping and rats and things like that. Because
Oh,
rats can
God.
fit different diseases. I got another mosquito last night. I've been looking at that today and that.
Rats the
I
size of
was trying to film a video on that. You want to see what's inside mosquitoes' blood and that as well. And that's
well,
actually
that's what I was going to say to you. Have you had any more luck on seeing what the bottled water, what's in the bottled water and the mosquito blood and that?
Yeah, I've had a look at that. Some of what is not too bad, but you get like they call them like what they call them now. So like I can't, they're an amoeba anyway, and that, I'm trying to think of the name now. And that they like scoot about right quick and that. They've got like fluffy little things on them and that. They're like
I boil my water
thinking
for
about
10
and
minutes.
that. I can't think what the name is now. From that many different names like Bacterial bacteria, something like that. Or something. And they're like well, they're an amoeba and that, or a nematode and that. It's nematodes come quite well now. There's thousands of different species of nematodes and that, and it's crazy like that. So I'm gonna have to get it off you and that. It's mad. That mosquito I'm looking at and that. Unfortunately, I squashed it a bit too hard when I got it, and best at juicy bits of blood and that squirted out, and I've not. Unfortunately, that I ain't got it all, but I've got enough anyway. But there's the usual culprits in like well, bifidobacterius or something like that, or bacterial bilodifuscus,
You look tired.
and there's a nasty worm and that, and parasite getting your gut and that, and we have it, and cause nasty problems like symptoms like
I'll go for that.
nausea and fatigue and headaches and stuff like that.
Sure. I didn't know England had mosquitoes. I thought you
Yeah.
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't know we had scorpions.
We've got mozzies. Yeah, we've got mozzies. There's like little tiddly ones, isn't there, Pete? We call them gnats, innit?
Yeah.
Midges and gnats.
You know the difference between gnats and mosquitoes, because when a mosquito comes in, a gnat, which is like you say, exactly like kind of like a mosquito to look at. When a gnat flies past you, you barely hear it. When a
Yeah,
mosquito
but
flies
mozzie, you
past
can
you,
hear it go.
you hear it.
Can't
It goes,
hear it.
but it'll be the same size as a gnat. And the differences are a gnat has got transparent wings and a green body, a
Yeah,
bit like a little tiny crane fly, and a mosquito's got a darker body and it's got like a dark pattern on its wings. It's got
yeah,
like black
yeah.
dots. And when you look at it
Look like, you
landing,
know, remind me of like a
it's quite
Luftwaffe, you know,
well,
like a German aeroplane camouflage thing, like
yeah, that's it
Nazis,
exactly.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
Look like
camouflage wings. It's got like these
you could hear
camouflage.
them go when you're asleep and that, and you go.
And you see, have you noticed the stripes on the legs as well? It's got like a black and white stripes going down the legs,
Yeah, you
especially.
want to see legs under the microscope, you can see like up things on the hairs coming off and that.
Yeah,
You know, it's freaky seeing foot, right?
no
And I'm
doubt.
looking at its eyeballs and all like segments and that. And then when I squashed it a bit, oh, its eggs have come out in it and that. And
Oh,
I'm looking at them, they've changed and that. Oh, eggs coming out in it.
do you have black flies?
I'll shove it out under the microscope if I can get it under it. I'll shove it under it and that. You know what I mean? It's all human and social biology and at the day and that. We have to know what makes everything tick and that. Otherwise, we'll never understand it. I think they all started to come to grips with it a bit and that now. Trying to think of her name. Is it Sabine something or this German woman? She's mint early. She's on it and that. I was watching something over there. I thought, we're all going now. What's in the water? What's in the water? I've been telling you what's in the water. It's not just doo doo. You know what I mean? But it comes from doo doos and other things.
No,
Which,
honestly, Joel, I'm really glad you're doing this stuff.
well,
If I
it's like,
stuff,
look,
I'd be doing it. I'm really
honestly,
glad you've got
if
all
you'd have been
your,
there and seen Doctor's face and that, his eyeballs nearly popped out, mate.
I remember you saying.
It was really how it is because I've been working with Alpha and Animal and Plant Health Agency and that. And a lot of information and that's come from that report what I did and that essay and that. All this now what's coming out is from that essay and that. So I think they've published it, haven't they? So I don't know if it'll have my crediting on or what, but probably somebody else will take glory for it. But I'm not, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just want to try and get some asses kicked in that and get people's heads into gear and that. And if it takes a numpty like me to do it, then it says something, innit? You know what I mean? All these, oh yes, well, oh yeah, well, well, you haven't been to Oxford, have you? Yeah, yeah. All right, then, pal.
Gee.
I just learnt it from being, like 8 years old, for the last 40 years. And that. What you do is you get your hands wet and you put it in mud and you go, then you mess about with stuff and you put it under and you look at it and you examine it and you go, ah, and then you take note of what it's doing and you learn about it, you know what I mean? And that. But just, rule number one, what I do is these boxes, what you have to tick to get your sticker to say you are qualified or whatever. Well, don't bother with them. Put a cross in it and draw a ring round it. Go, you see that? That's a sports field, and I'm outside it, protecting me from that box, and I'm not taking it anymore. So bye bye. And
So
that's it, isn't
are
it?
you
You know
taking
what I mean?
medications now? Did they give you antibiotics?
I've had antibiotics before, but what I've learnt is antibiotics and that they're all right, but like they're going, oh well, we overuse them. Yeah, correct, we overuse them and that, and things change and evolve and that. And the problem is what they've not realised is, and I've got it on back of my probiotic box, and it says if you are taking antibiotics, double the course of probiotics daily, whilst taking the course of antibiotics at different times. So say every antibiotic every day, and you take your probiotic, like say 6 hours after. Because what you have to do is, but you double on them on your probiotics when you're taking them until you've done course, and then for 1 week after you've had your course and finished course of antibiotics, you keep taking a double course of probiotics, then to put your good bacteria in, because the antibiotics go in and just wipe. It's like they don't go in and go, right, who's good is and who's bad is, going, right, I don't imagine you're in a nightclub, yeah, and there's all nice people there having a good time and that, and these hooligans come in, these bad uns and that, you know, so bouncers come and go, right, well, look, you fuck you out, right, I went, oh, yeah, out. They'll throw everybody out, right, but a couple of bad uns might sneak somewhere and hide on the table and that, they miss them, and then they come back and go, there's nobody there to stop him then, you see, because bouncers have kicked him all out, so they're going to start having a run wild and that, and the next thing there's more and more and more and more. There's no good guys then, so you really get into your body and spoil party and that. So your
Yeah.
body's knackered, you know what I mean? Because you've got no defence, because bouncers have gone home and that, have gone on holiday, you see. So they've been blagged and that. So what you do is you make sure that you invite everybody in by having your probiotics and that, and you say, look, come on everybody, right? We need to get all good people in again and get this party going really happy and that, and make it nice again, because these idiots are coming and spark it. Bouncers going on holidays, nobody's going to sort it out. So they come in and that, and then they overwhelm it all. And then these like lower numbers of these bad uns that will come and spoil parties, they end up getting their ass kicked by them, and then that's it. And then it all runs happy again, and everyone's happy again. You know what I mean? Until obviously they get invaded again. That's the best way I can explain it.
Okay. Gee.
I'm just having a cigar.
No, you jammy bugger.
But yeah, if you understand any of that, what I'm saying, it's like an example of what I'm trying to say. Like somebody comes and spoils party, but they don't know who's good or who's bad or whatever. So it's like, well, look, you're all out. You know what I mean? All of you out. Some hide behind and that, and then they think they've done a good job and that, Mr. Antibiotic and that, these bouncers that have come in and that, like, your name's not down, you're not coming in, I don't care who you are. So they're a bit brutal, they're coming in heavy-handed and that, you know what I mean? So all these good guys that really didn't need kicking out because they're make party nice and happy and that, and it keeps it all going and that, and everything runs nice and that. So without them, your body and immune system suffers, and because what's related to your brain and everything and that, like I say, it's like if you haven't got you bacteria right in your membranes and you got like leaky gut, you can get there's all sorts. You end up with IBS, gastro problems, all sorts of things, colic cancer, everything. I mean, these probiotics. I mean, we've done it today with our face. She was absolutely terrible. I shouldn't be doing that. Little granddaughter. So I got some ice cream. I whacked half a probiotic in it, put it in for her. She had that. What, within an hour, she's been out buzzing in it. It helps with autism and that and things like that. Dementia, Alzheimer's, it prevents cancers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't stop you from never ever catching anything, but the chances are is if you do and the army sent up with it, I know for money and that, for what you get and that, they're well worth it, innit? Do you know what I mean? We get like what? I don't know, 3 months supply for 20 quid or something like that. There's 14 different live bacteria inside him and that, and they keep us running and that, you know what I mean?
One time I caught strep throat. It was ears, nose, throat infection. Then I ended up with bronchial pneumonia.
Mm.
So they put me on antibiotics, and the doctor told me to eat yogurt.
To eat, sorry, what, Margaret? To eat what?
Yogurt.
Yogurt, yeah, well, that's got probiotics in and that, bacteria and that. But they're only small doses and that. You're going to look
He said
into
the
it and that.
antibiotics will kill everything, the good and the bad. So he said
Correct,
eat
that's what I'm
yogurt.
saying. They're bouncers that just come in and the ruthless, they'll just kick it out. Even good isn't bad as that. And that's basically what happens. So you have
Yeah.
to put them good bacteria back in and that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's food that you can get out and that, but if you really run down and that, obviously, that's how we got to the stage, innit? Julie, through what we've been through with water contamination and carbon monoxides and stuff like that, like my moulds and that. We've got that run down and things through it all. We've had to well, this is what put me on my mission. I thought, right, that's it, because doctors were giving us this and wrong diagnoses, and it was just making us worse when it was banging this. Oh, we'll take some more antibiotics. You shouldn't really do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, have an antibiotic and that, but I mean, they were banging adverts out. If you can remember, Pete, a bit back when, like a cartoon thing, going antibiotics. If you have too many, then you might die. Something like that. Can you remember it?
Yeah.
And they're like saying, "Oh, you can't have the antibiotics because they weren't realising what was happening." And that it says it on that pack on, doesn't it? I'll have to try and see if I can magnify it up, and I'll see if I can get it on one of the videos or something. And I can tell you exactly what's in them.
Basically, kills all everything in your body. Then it makes your immune system at its lowest. Then it's killing your immune system.
Yeah, antibiotics
High
do.
food in
Yeah,
your body.
so you have to reset yourself. See, this intermittent fasting, and I'll start to click onto that. I've done it for years and that, and I just do any kind of sport I don't run. You know what I mean? I'm 48. I'm 48 years old, or 50, and I still outdo most youngins and that, like in the teens and things like that, like,
What
all
about
day long.
silver
And that.
chloride?
You what, Margaret? Sorry,
What about silver chloride?
silver coal. Like, I'm not really sure about that. You got to be when you're taking heavy metals or something like that. You need to be careful because sometimes you can put too much heavy
Yeah,
metals into
you
your
don't want to turn
blood
blue.
elements and that. You know what I mean? Which then again that relates back then to what it is. It increases your folate in your blood and that, which causes anemia. These problems. It's like for a lack of vitamin D3 and stuff like that, and various other things and that, like through autoimmune basically, like long COVID and that, or whatever bloody going about. But I'm convinced that these people and that, there's nothing. I'm not faulting people in any way, but a lot of people's been mugged off and that. It's like that video I showed you where that guy was saying that, and that was back like before 2017 sort of thing. And they knew what we could. It's all. I mean, all this now, this bird flu, that with that Mars pox, Mars bird. You know, all these influenzas, Ebolas, and that. You know, it's like these are meningitis, measles, and stuff like that, streptococcus and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's saying all these kind of things. It's all these things are tinkering about with, and that. And it's all part of the master plan. You know, China this and UK that, but the US this and then Russia that, and you know what I mean? It's just like it's like watching a Punch and Judy show, isn't it? Oh, show me, take the weight. Oh, it's crap, isn't it? You know what I mean? I can see straight through it, mate. It's like looking through a looking glass. You know what I mean? I could have written script better than that. It's like watching Blackadder.
To a degree.
Well, it's 10 o'clock here, so that means it's 3 o'clock by you.
10 o'clock it is.
Almost, yeah.
3 o'clock nearly now. Wow, what's this? It's a UFO. No, please. They're coming for me. Oh no. Last thing I need, let me have my cigar first. Man. What's your name? Oh, it's a Klingon. Oh no, it's a female version of Data. R2D2. It's Julie, it's R2D2. R2. It's what we'll have to do for Halloween, innit? You'll dress us up R2D2 and I'll be C-3PO, Jill. Because she's only little, innit? So, mate, I'll get a dustbin and that, go bottom out, mate. And paint it blue and white and that, and then stick it on her head and go, right, just go, and I'll go, okay, R2 and that. And I'll just paint myself gold and that. I'll get Chris to paint me anyway. I'll just get him to tip a bucket of paint out the window on top of my head and that.
So I'm going to sign off. You guys take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Julie acting daft and that. It's Julie acting daft, isn't it?
I wonder what Adam's probably asleep.
Take care.
I know, I thought I didn't do ask
Probably
you, I didn't have any comments, you know. Has there been any comments? I said, no, no. Dave Waffles, Super Dave. Yeah, what them little cigars you on about, innit? And that. Joe got me some of them over there, and that. They're alright, these little Cuban things, and that. They're banging, mate. Coffee, and I've got black coffee and honey, and that. Banging, I've got my fire going. Starting with a whacking marshmallow. Kids aren't ate them all that time, some of them ate them all.
Apparently there's 5 of us. Apparently there's 5 people.
Well, Jules still here, she's fessing about and that.
I've got.
She's dying to.
I'm camping. I'm camping in
She's
garden.
dying to put these fairy lights around my head.
I'm camping in garden. I've got my daughter, my granddaughter, my 2 twin girls, a tent at my garden.
I'm sleeping out here for me, but yeah, let's show people. This is where I'm camping out and all, yeah, and that. That's my pillar, look. As you see that. That's my pillar. That's my fire. And that is laying on the floor, yeah, that keep showing. You took my log out, you fool. What you done that for? Meddling, have you, again?
You're going to set
That's
the box on fire.
Shut up, you fool. I'm an expert. Can't help so much about my fire again.
No, don't keep it going all night.
Whoa, please.
Don't forget, Dan. You've got a bed in back of your van.
Oh, you Who are you anyway? You're English as well.
You're messing about my fire, you know. Can't help but bang about. Oh, doing here, that's took that. Leave it alone, brother. That's better. We'll get to bed then, so that's about it. Leave me fire alone. Thank you. I just can't get the staff these days. Mess about with fire, put me log out.
Adam, if you're there, give us a sign. I think he would have said something by now, to be honest with you.
It's clouding over a bit now, isn't it? Well, there's a clear bit coming again, and it's been alright, actually. Right, you know. Weather's been good, actually. Isn't it? Leaves are all sunburnt and that.
Got a video to put up later.
I've got loads of videos of that I need to get posted, and that. I think you all might find it. I've got a variety of things, really, and that. I'll mix it all sorts and that. I need to get these with microscope done and that, though. These beauties, these. I like this. To bacteria. I just keep having a little scanning, you know. They seen it earlier and that they were out I'm earlier and that. And Ravenville, like twins and that. We were all sat down here having a few marshmallows and that. And we seen one of them orangey red orby things or whatever there and that. Anyway, I went and that come back. I say, right, oh, we're down at John's house and that. And whoever they saw it as well. They're like, oh, look at that. So they must have seen the same thing as us, but they were like further down the road, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a lot that do it. I've seen about 3 tonight, various times. And, I've got some beauty I've put. It's mad. I don't know if I can describe it, right? I've got one, right? I had a few whiskies, so I was right on and that. And I was like, I was just totally gobsmacked and lost for words. So like, you know, a bit dumbstruck in it. I'm not kidding. It comes back and that, and it like disappears, right? And it comes out, goes like that. It's mad. It's like it looks. It honestly goes like. It's one of them. It's like, I can't believe what I was seeing. And
I got
some beauties, and I've got some at Sun as well. You know, I've seen Mr. MB33 in it, you know, something. You know, he puts things on in sunlight, pulsing and that. Have you seen it? You know, like strobing and that, going things like that. And it's not just when I'm looking direct at the sun. It's like when I'm panning about, you can see the sky going, you know, like as if it's a strobe in a nightclub and that. This is daytime, right? What about? It went electric went off, you know, other day, and that. I wonder if it was something to do with solar flare, because the massive solar flare and all those bloody electrics blow up, didn't it? Can you remember telling you that?
Yeah.
I've got that. I showed you that. It was 3 foot long, that cable and that. It was man, mate, it was crazy. And that. So everything went dead. You know, well, the main cable coming to the house, so I'll meet with that and what. The electric dudes that come out is going, will you stop putting your finger in electric? I'm going, yeah, well, is this here and that? You know, like the finger going, right, is that there and that? He's going, will you stop putting your finger in and that? You'll end up getting electrocuted and that. I went, it's fucking dead, you slack cunt. There's no fucking power to it. He's going, get your fucking fingers out. I went, well, what's that fucking spider? I'll get you in there. He's going, look, come on, in fact, tell me. All that, yeah, stocked up all that. With fire going, we had some burgers and a brewer and that. And, you know, no electric out. You know, if you wanted a cup of tea or coffee and that. It was full as fuck. I was going, will you stop putting your finger in there? I went, what's up with it? You're fucking dead, you slack cunt. There's no power to it. Look, it lit up. It can happen. I got bit in the spine. I'll pinch one at the spiders out and anyway, I'm going to keep so a little diddle, I'm going to get bigger than that and fatten it up. It was funny that we had a rate laugh for that, a little bit digger. It was funny as well, rate laugh. I've got opticians next week and that as well. They bloody rung up Saturday and that. Oh, what and that, got to go down and that, put eyes in me and that, see what's going on and that. How's your eye any better, I hope, Pete?
A lot better than it was.
Since I pulled tooth out of an day and that, mine is, you know. And that was causing that trouble. I looked into it and that, about getting that. So I showed doctor and that. And it was all you have to ring 111 and that, because there's no dentist now. They're all shut down. And I let it fucking close. I was like, fuck it. So, fuck it. I tell you, it feels $1 million. Our babies been making me tooth and that out of cardboard and that. And coloured it in and that, and get some sellotape and then stick it on so I go out and that. And so I'm not bothered and that, so I've got a job on a pirate boat and that. I've got to walk plank and that, and entertain all kids and that. I get £1 a day for doing it. And a free ride every time and that. I have to dig my pirate skin suit out and that, innit? I've got a pirate sword anyway and hat somewhere and that. It would be my grandnephews and that might be a bit small, but I'll put that on anyway. I'll look for now and that so I can get downtown and get a proper one and that. Look, it ought to be supplied one anyway. I'll just go, isn't it? Colin Graham and that who's got pirate boat and that. He ought to be. In fact, that's it. I'm going to say to him, hey, if I'm walking fucking plank, that ought to be supplying fucking pirate out and that. You're going to get a fucking £1 and that for it. Where's my marshmallows?
Charger.
Where's my marshmallows? I'm a marshmallow.
was going to get some today. But
How many are left me? One. Jesus, shit. Alright, I thought they only left me one. Oh. You can see, I'll get that. Yummy. Bruce didn't allow these. Bad for him. These will make you poorly, these, Bruce. Bad. What you do is, right, you get one of these, and you stick it up his ass like that, right? And you got to settle at one and that, really, not really, you got to stack them up and that, get loaded up like that, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
we've got two. We've got two.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, man. Toasty.
Looks like my tough.
Oh, man. It's like caramel. Can't beat it, mate. I'll get kids some more tomorrow. Seagull. Look at it, we're it's down out of us now. Fucking missing fucking chickens on your back. 3:15 and that, it's telling there's one on room from there going. I'm going back to it and that. They're all queuing up now. We're like, fuck off and that guy. No.
That's exactly what they do,
We
though.
were having burgers and that earlier and that. They were all sat lined up and that, waiting and that. They were there with napkins and that, knives and forks and licking lips and that. Yeah, that. It's like, what you laughing at? You know, shit, isn't it? They're ruthless, mate. Well, at least they'll be enjoying the sun this week because it's holidays, isn't it? And there's loads of people in town, so they'll have been attacking everybody for fish and chips and everything. We're off out and that for a mulch about tomorrow, I think. We got there's a few more left. I tell you, they're nice, them flumps. Them flumps.
Right.
Flumps and that. Fucking mint, mate. Addicting. I wonder what we can do, mate.
Do you remember nerds? Can you still get nerds and runts?
Nerds, I don't mention nerds and that. Baby's blagged us into it over there and that, so I've gotten some nerds and that. And that's because every time you have them, you start being nerds and that, bouncing about and that, cartwheeling about like a pair of fucking gymnasts and that. It's like, you know, fucking like, bouncing up at the settee and that. It's like, fuck's sake. Like, wee! Nerds and that. Fucking, it was money sends and do alley and that.
Oh my god.
I tell you what, it's getting daylight now. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Okay. It's a fucking seagull flying down. That's what it's nearly daylight, mate. This is north, man. I don't even see this. So. See that?
You got random parts of the sky that just like lit up for no reason.
That's north sky. That's north. Fucking north. That's west. That's north. We've seen northern lights overnight, man. So we're back from being stag. Bit like that. I'm just gonna go. Also, the street lamps on and that, but that's east. Pretty bright, isn't it? But that's north, but barely got dark. And it's still not looking. Yeah. That's heading north, it's north. It's Seagull. It's sky that north. That's west. That's south. That's north. Where is it? Fucking hell. Really, a chemtrail there.
Started to notice years ago that the sky was glowing a lot brighter in certain areas.
Yeah,
There
that's
the
north.
videos
That's north.
about 5 years or 6 years back, where people were seeing like orange glowing patches in the sky, flashing,
Yeah.
glowing orange, and some of them were glowing blue as well.
Yeah, well, that's
What's
blue.
all that on?
That's north, Feels at north dark, isn't it? It's at northern hemisphere lights up tomorrow as we go into summer because we angle at earth and that. It's tilt and that. Northern hemisphere is more close to the sun than southern hemisphere. I hope. Not orange. It's cold. See you there. I can see that a lot. I feel orange in the sky a lot. I have to camera in round it up like that. What are orange orbs? What's that wolf one that Paul Sinclair did over there and that? It's promotion for that new documentary that he's done, isn't it? Wolf runs it, so check it out on it all and that. It's good, like he's good, Paul Sinclair, like he's a local lad up here and that, and he's been at it for 30 odd years and that, 35 years or so and that. And he was one of the guys that's like, I suppose, inspired me into all the stuff that goes off around here and that. We've been fighting that, you know, like Dane's Dyke and that. It's like got ancient grounds and there's all sorts of like what we call them like boroughs and all, you know, with burials and that, you know, boroughs and burials and all that, but ancient grounds, a lot of strange things and that. And there's been a lot of people saying about a lot of activity going off as well up at Brampton with that old RAF bases and that as well. A lot of people reporting sightings of UFOs and stuff like that, which I believe was you've seen it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that big chemtrail. She just spotted it as well. She went, look at that. Like we said there, big chemtrail there. Suspect it's nearly daylight, isn't it? Yeah, that orange orb that's parked. You know, yeah, I was telling Pete, isn't it? That pink thing like you seen it. Yeah, bothers me about it recently, not like.
What are you doing for the bank holiday?
What we're doing.
Camping at 10 for the next 2 days.
See, this is why I can't wait to. One of the reasons why I can't wait to go down and see you guys because we can do
I
stuff
know you're
like
gonna have
that.
to come over here, Pete, and that.
Yeah. I've got the afternoon that she's in dentist, she's gone to sleep now because she's tired and that.
We were telling about
Tomorrow.
the little granddaughter and that. She's not been right, well.
Yeah, she's not been right well and that. She's fighting away through it and that like that.
Well, good at starting on that probiotic, innit?
Yeah,
That's made all the
probiotic, bit of
difference
honey
in that. That's really boosted up. She was sat on the desk and that.
Tomorrow, jokes and shit, yeah,
It makes her like, I don't know, but when I have them and that, it makes you like,
well,
open your
swallow
mind
me a
more,
fucking
innit?
head.
Makes your mind open more, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Makes you more like enthusiastic and your mind open, so you just start functioning better and like you feel more clear headed and that sort of thing. You take them daily and that try them and that. Just go Boots Chemist and that, get bio coat.
I'm talking about so I don't know.
But they work for us, like, and they help with your diet and everything, innit? You know what I mean? I just do intermittent fasting and things. I just eat what I want when I want. Certain,
Helps controlling your eating as well.
I just don't go on my board eating stuff and that, but I have them and cod liver oil, olive oil and that, some salt and that, garlic, amongst raw garlic a lot and things like that. Just eat, practical stuff and that that's got all things in and that, and then like you can have like odd little things like the marshmallow or the bun or something like that. You know what I mean? You can eat what you want. You just don't worry about it, innit? But just make it's like I've always said all my life. Whenever you do bad to your body and that, you gotta do something good back to it and balance it out. Otherwise, it'll you keep doing bad and abusing your body. It'll just fucking knock it up. You know what I mean? You fuck them. You know what I mean? So as long as you keep putting back what you're fucking taking out, you know what I mean? But worst thing to do is just go down taking all these bloody supplement things and that. No, I'm saying all these bloody supplements and that banging like, oh, buy tablet, these tablets and that. You know, now I go to the pharmacy and buy like, oh, I'll take this vitamin and that. So get some proper food, isn't it? Grow some. What we're doing, isn't it? We're gonna make a veg patch.
Oh, I got some strawberries. All the proper flour in there.
Yeah, strawberries are coming on, isn't it?
Nice.
We just over try to clear a bit up a garden here and that, and I'm making our last a veg patch and that. We're gonna grow. Me and the kids out, we're gonna grow some veg and that. We've been making this compost and that for the last few months and that. It's some great stuff brewed up, innit? We're going here, bang them in here, and bang this in and that. It's had liver in it and meat and veg and all sorts of great, great stuff and that. Loads of worms in it and that. That garden to help people break down and that. Let's get some bags of compost now, innit? Mix it into that.
Oh, God.
Like bedding and that, and then start again some plants and that, and put some nutritions in and that. It's like there's blood and things like that. When you put that down in, break it into the soil and that, decompose it in, things grow like mad and that. You know, from blood meal and things like that, like crushed up blood and bone and stuff and that. Well, it's like when shit decays down,
Yeah,
you got leaves and
That's
things
saying
and that.
spraying it out, things and that what you get sprayed.
Natural fertilizer, isn't it? Honestly, you make your own compost and that, like decompose down for a few months, like 3 months and that, and then mix it in with some other thing and that. Whack something in and you watch it grow and that. You know, fine. That's the way to do it. It's
That's the
ancient
way
way.
to do it.
Can't believe it's still like starting. It's like this out.
Oh, yeah. That's how bright it is now, Peter.
Mad. Mind you, it is like gone 3 o'clock in the morning, so the sun will be coming up
I
now.
think some comes up here before you know that. I bet it's daylight about 20 minutes before you're on. No, that's over east side now, right? It's just about daylight. Sun will be beaming out in the next half hour, an hour, you know. Coming up now, if I were down beach, see it sun coming, you can see it sun coming up over it. Seeing that, you know, coming up out of it, seeing that. Man, there's a big dirt that comes out there, right?
Mad that, isn't it?
And there's one there, look, one there.
That one's going up in a straight line. Not fine.
Oh, it looks like a veil, it was one there. It's all along with the bail, me, Peter. So,
I'll sort some out in August and that.
you're bailing now.
Yeah, I've bailed a bit ago, didn't I?
Honestly, that playing.
I bailed a bit ago,
See
nearly
that
did.
plane?
I'm halfway that
See that
garden,
plane?
Pete. I'm nearly to my tent.
So that's fine, that is.
Planes out, the chemtrailing, dude, already, the chemtrailing now. Yeah,
I need to go to bed myself now anyway, really.
Okay, the chemtrailing already, there's planes out now, chemtrailing, Pete.
So they can set up the cloudy sky that they've got planned for us.
I don't know, cars. I'm tipping.
The mushrooms. Told you not to eat them mushrooms.
Then veg and that, what we got for fruit and veg and that. Tesco, innit? And sprayed it
With chemtrails. Yeah. I'll have to get in touch with you tomorrow and that we're out and about, innit?
God bless Pete. Catch up with you
Yeah.
soon.
Thanks for coming on.
My eyes are doing it. I told you my eyes are doing it.
My eyes.
Honestly, I thought I thought you two were going to be asleep. You know, I didn't think I was going to get to see you.
It's because I've had kids here. I
told you my eyes glow up silver, didn't I? I always do it.
10 foot mouth. That's something today's life. No good.
Yeah, I've got cat's eyes now. Yeah, I can hear airplanes flying about out here. Hey, I'm gonna do.
Get food tomorrow and that. Tomorrow and that. I've got
I'll save a few cigars for tomorrow anyway. I've had 2 cigars and I've been greedy. It's just one of those diddly ones, isn't it? How many fires gone out now? It's about. I think we're going beach and that tomorrow.
my brain's for that.
Beach and that in it tomorrow, Joe. Smart. Yeah, it's playing his game, isn't it? Oh, birds are tweeting away like man.
Oh, that's another thing as well. People have been doing videos of birds singing in the night time.
Yeah, they have.
I've been experiencing a bit of that as well. Going back about 3 weeks ago, there was a wood pigeon of all birds, a wood pigeon, and it's like fucking 2:30 in the morning, and you can hear it cooing away in the tree.
Yeah, birds have been.
And I had to check. I was like, I know it's dark, and I was like, no, yeah. Gone 2:30 in the morning, and there's a bloody wood pigeon singing in the tree. Never heard anything like it in my life. I've heard magpies in the night time when a fox or a cat has disturbed the nest in the night, and they start clucking away as they do.
Yeah.
But I've never heard a wood pigeon singing at night time. That was weird. And that was before I started seeing these videos going around on the net of birds all over the world singing at night time, and I was like, when I started seeing them, I was like, yeah, other people are
MB3, what was it, MB3 and that, he did a couple of videos about they're going mad now, tweeting away.
When you start seeing stuff like that, then you know there's definitely something going on. There's definitely something off.
Oh, definitely, for sure. You're right.
Nature don't lie about stuff like that, man.
You can hear birds now going tweeting away and that. Yeah.
Either it's a sign that there's something coming, or they're badly being interfered with in some way.
Both.
I'll bet both.
Bit of both, I think. A sign that something's coming and something what we're possibly doing or something. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off at that. Birds are telling me something adrift now, saying. One, two, 3, 4 chemtrails and that now. They're coming up. Right, anyway, I'll see you all in a bit and that, yeah?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try
I'll get in touch with you tomorrow.
I'll try my best to live stream tomorrow as well.
I need to get this bloody stream thingy. What is it called? StreamYard, isn't it? Actually, I was looking now. There's 8 Weatherfront over there, but that's up west. Right, it's going away from us anyway. Sky looks pretty clear, and that other than that one there. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 cans and that. All lined up, like spreading out, getting fatter now. I think it's going to be red hot tomorrow, it looks like. Right, anyway, y'all, I'm signing off, so eyes open and be safe and that.
I'm going to get off now anyway.
And because truth's out there, innit, Pete, and that, innit? That's been out.
Certainly is, man.
Right. Good sky like that. Let's try
Excuse me.
around. That's north, that. No. Right, y'all. I'm going to sign off, so
See you later, mate.
stay funky, everyone. That's funky says, isn't it? Eyes open, be safe. Juice out there, everyone. Yeah. Look after yourself.
Thank you, Joel.
Catch you tomorrow, Pete, mate. I'll talk to you tomorrow, mate.
Will do, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy
later,
tomorrow. Enjoy your day
Yes.
off.
See you later, y'all, yeah. Take care,
See you later,
everyone.
man. Thanks for everyone that's come on. I'm going to bed. So see you tomorrow. Good night or good morning, whichever.